Hello my succulent friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to bring you along so that we can go ahead and clean a bunch of Aeoniums. As you can see, this is late spring and my garden is just gorgeous, and look at those Aeoniums back there. Beautiful, compact, and just coloring up just perfect and reproducing. But what happens to Aeoniums as it starts getting hotter? They start closing up or opening up, kind of weird, getting very leggy, and you have a lot of the stem kind of looking very bare, and it's just not very attractive. So it's time to just pull them all out of the garden as it's getting hotter, and we're going to go ahead and just cut them up. Let them callus a couple of days and then just plant them in another pot so that they can become beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and put them in the other side of my garden, which is my south side. Here you're seeing a bunch of beautiful Aeoniums. I have several types of Aeoniums here in my garden, and they are just gorgeous. I mean, they do require maintenance because they do become leggy, but they're just gorgeous and they multiply. And as you can see here, all the beautiful, rosettes. But look at the stem, how lanky and bare it looks, and they get pretty. There's no way that you can't cut them and have to reset them. I mean, it's just a way of life with Aeoniums, but it's totally worth it to get rid of this ugly stem and just like reset those beautiful florets. And think of all these just multiply and multiply, and if you take care of them, they will be in your garden for a long time. And this is why I'm going to go ahead and take them to the other side of the garden, put them under the porch, which has a cloth that filters the light also. And I think they're just going to do great in the hot sun because it is getting up to 100 degrees now here in Southern California, and it's just not fun. So these plants really do like it cool. I mean, spring, as you saw, is the time when they just open up and flourish and enjoy life. And yeah, but as you see, everything is doing great in the garden. The crest is gorgeous, the aloes, everything is gorgeous. Here, the Haworthii, as you can see, they're very overgrown, also a little lanky and have a lot of dead wood. So I already worked on these, and in the next picture you will see that I cut off all the heads and I reset them. This is why they look kind of low, but in no time they're going to just bush out and just fill these pots. And again, this is one of my favorites. It doesn't do well in the ground, but if you have these in a pot focused just on one plant like this, they are gorgeous. Here you're looking at my beautiful hydrangea, and it is in full bloom. I just love it. And again, if you follow my channel, you know that I am so happy that I'm able to grow these and keep them alive. Here I have another little collection of different types of Aeoniums, and also some topsy-turvies. The topsy-turvies are some that they lasted a long time in this pot, but little by little they died, and they don't really reproduce, so that's something to consider. These Aeonium Merlot, if you saw when I set them in this bird bath, they are prone to mealybug, and here they were doing okay. They started greening up and getting that beautiful stressed Merlot color, but they're full of mealybug again, so it is definitely not one of my favorites. Look at these beautiful, beautiful Aeoniums, and these are some that are in pots already on my south side garden, and look how gorgeous. And oh, look at this picture, adorable, right? Here's the kitty enjoying the cat fountain, and it's just gorgeous. Look at the bloom spikes on the Hesper aloes. They're just gorgeous also. Beautiful. I look forward to those, and they just liven up and brighten up the garden. There's another gorgeous, gorgeous Aeonium. And these Aeoniums are not very rare, but they are tried and true. They're gorgeous. They open up. I'm not sure if this one, they're so similar that it's really hard to classify them when you have a bunch of them. So this might be a beauty. It might be a blushing beauty. I'm not sure. But for sure, this one is a lily pad Aeonium. And as you can see here, this one has just a topsy-turvy in here. And also noticed that this bottom little rosette has mealybugs, so I definitely will be treating it. As you can see here, here are all the Aeoniums. I just went ahead and pulled out all the plants and just put them in this tub, and I will be cutting them up. So, all right, let's get busy. It is so, so satisfying to cut these rosettes, and you have to leave like at least, I like leaving about 1.5 inches, an inch, and if you cut shorter, you can remove some of the bottom petals, which is usually what happens because the bottom petals are kind of, spent, so you want to go ahead and clean them up. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and focus on cutting everything. And when I reset them, if I need to remove some petals, some of the old petals, I will. But look at all these beautiful, beautiful plants. And I mean, one of these little rosettes can become a mama, you know. So imagine if you reproduce these and put them somewhere, you're always going to have a supply of Aeoniums to plant somewhere else in your garden, or gift them, or even sell them. So this is a great, great plant that is a giver. It just makes your garden look so beautiful because, again, I think Aeoniums are like little roses, succulent roses, because they have that shape, that rosette shape, and just the beauty. The beauty is just, something that you definitely want to have in your garden. Again, Aeoniums are very versatile. They do well in the ground. They like well-draining soil, of course. They're succulents, but they're not picky. I never fertilize them. I just, control the water. They like sandy, well-draining soil, but if you don't have any, you can buy the commercial succulent soil, or just add sand to your actual soil, and they should do okay. I mean, if I was to add these to a pot right now, they would be okay, as long as the soil was not drenched. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and re-put them here in this tub, and just let them callus a couple of days, and then stick them in soil that I'm going to stick them in. And they're going to become a little bit sad for a week or so, and then they're just going to take off. And pretty soon, I'm going to just bunch them all together in a big kind of old fountain pot that I have. And I think they should look gorgeous, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to split them, move some, because again, these just, when they're happy, they just clump up, they reproduce, and you will be able to see all the growth here. Here are these little ones. I mean, some of them are so tiny that they're not worth my effort. If they're very kind of damaged or whatever, I don't bother with them. But I know that some people would actually want to propagate them, and you can just stick them in a little pot and wait till they grow bigger, because since I am going to be putting them in a big pot, these are going to be lost. But I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But for now, I'm just focusing on cutting them up. And look at this. This is another clump. And it's just they get enormous and heavy. And look at the root system. I mean, it does not have a lot of root, um, as you would think, because look at all these plants, all these rosettes that have to be really sustained by those roots. But that's the magic of succulents. That's why they are so popular and so many people appreciate them. Okay, like here you see that I'm cutting off these little babies because they're gonna be hidden under this big old mama, and they might just not thrive and be malformed. And so yeah, I just took off the majority, and I think the mama's gonna just do great. But look, as you can see, they already lost a bunch of little petals in here. Again, this is so satisfying, just cleaning those aeoniums and cutting them up. Um, and I know the results. And look at this. This is a T-Rex aloe, and it's crested, but it's not an attractive crest. Unlike cacti and other plants that are just gorgeous when they crest, that T-Rex was a goner because it's just ugly. How gorgeous. Yeah, so this is super easy again. It's really just chop, cut it, and then kind of clean the base a little bit that you're going to be sticking in the ground. Once they're calloused, you know, you could just go ahead and give them a little bit of water. And just these I'm going to keep in an area again that gets very dappled light or sheltered light, bright light, but not direct sun. And they're just going to, you know, thrive in the summer. Even though it's going to be hot, they're just still going to look gorgeous. And look at how gorgeous. This is like a little rose. And off we go with the stem. And see this one here? Um, it is so heavy. It's clumped up, but look how the growth pattern of this one is, it throws off these kind of tight rosettes. And I really don't find a need to clean it up too much. I am going to remove some of the bottom plants, but I think it'll do fine with leaving just leaving the baby surrounding the mom. I think they're a good size and they're going to do great. Here you're seeing all the ugly stems and all the beautiful rosettes that I'm going to be planting in that pot. How gorgeous is that? Wow. So yeah, as you can see, I believe this one is Aeonium velour, and it's just great. It's more like tight, and it's the one that looks a lot like a rose. I ordered that one online, and yeah, it's about time also. The bloom spikes are drying up, so I have to cut those. The crest is looking wonderful, and look at all the sticks on fire. They greened up already. They used to be orange with yellow and red, just gorgeous. They get like that in the cold weather, but since it's hot, they get this green color, and they're just huge. So I'm going to need to trim some of those, the bottom of some of those later on in fall. And I did move a bunch of little pots to this side of the garden also. And everything's doing great. I do have a lot of plants that don't like hot sun, so here they're thriving. And as you can see by that bottom Aeonium, gorgeous. And these are some of the plants I used to have inside, the Ficus elastica and some Sansevierias. Here you're looking at this gorgeous elephant bush, the Portulacaria. And of course this Aeonium. The lemon tree's doing good. I have to cut off that little arm. It did get a bunch of little fruit, but then it dropped it because I'm not, yeah, I'm getting the hang of the citrus situation, but um, it'll work. It's alive, so I, I'll chalk it up to a win. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, and I hope to see you here next video. I will be showing you what my Aeoniums are doing, how they're doing, and also any other changes that we're having to deal with in the summer here, summer heat. And all right, I want to thank you so much for watching my video. I want to wish you health and happiness wherever you may be. And I want to thank all the new subscribers and my old subscribers. And again, make life beautiful. Go out in the garden, enjoy our beautiful world. And I will talk to you later.